Welcome back to Retiring Today. It's time for your journey, your questions. This is when we answer questions we've received recently during our online Journey to Retirement workshop. Here is a question we received from Thomas. Thomas wants to know, what should I do with an old annuity, Haley?
Well, before you make any decisions with an old annuity, I think first we have to go back to the origin of why do you have this annuity? What purpose is this annuity serving? Is this annuity for safety? Is this for income? There's so many different types of annuities out there. And so first we want to understand, how does this fit into your original plan? Does it still serve that purpose? And if not, let's see, can we fill a void by shopping around somewhere else? So what we like to first do is understand, how does this annuity fit? And what we'll do is we'll basically say, hey, we'll look at the overall plan. Do we still need this? Does this still a requirement that you're going to need later on in life? And then if the answer is yes, we can still do extra steps by shopping around and see, hey, can we do better? Because the thing is that times have changed. We've seen a lot of this year where interest rates have gone up. And so these older annuities that people got into back in 2018 when we were in a lower interest rate environment no longer look as appealing as these new annuities today. So what we have done is we basically said, okay, well, let's run an analysis. If we were to replace this with something newer, can we beat the income it's producing? Can we beat the returns? And the answer is often yes. Environments change. And so we want to make sure that we're proactive about this, that we're looking at people's portfolios, because if we have an opportunity to improve a strategy, why not?
Yeah, really, the interest rate environment was near zero from 2009 all the way up until the end of 2022. So if you purchased an annuity anytime throughout that time frame, now could be a really good time to reevaluate the benefits that that annuity is providing you, because interest rates are significantly higher than what they were during that time frame. So old annuity, when I hear that, it sounds kind of bad, like an old product. Do you toss it out? But really, this is your retirement money. This is retirement money that you have invested in what you consider to be an old product. Does that product still apply, or is there something better out there based on all the economic conditions right now? That's the evaluation that needs to be made.
And what exactly is the tie between a low interest rate and the annuity? Is it pay less essentially when the interest rates are lower and then more when it's higher?
Yeah, so for example, in 2018 when interest rates were low, there are some annuities that we used for safety and for safe growth, but they were capped on that upside back in 2018 because interest rates were low. Now that interest rates have gone up, the upside is much higher. So it's very similar if you want to think about it like a CD at the bank, right? CD, you have a CD at the bank, and then maybe a year from now, interest rates go up, and then you can find another CD at a new bank paying you a better yield. Same with annuity carriers.
So it's a good idea to reassess them. And then when people talk about an old annuity, does that mean that it's kind of expired in a way, or just as something that they got into a long time ago?
Yeah, not necessarily expired, because that money will still be invested based on the parameters that that annuity was built by. So now it's a matter of, what it means is they just had it for quite some time. And now, does it still apply? Should we be looking at other options? And also we need to start with, what type of annuity is it? Because there's a lot of different types of annuities. And we've been talking more about the safer annuities, the fixed annuities, where there's also variable annuities, where your money goes up and down based on the performance of a particular separate account underneath that annuity shell. And what are the expenses of that variable annuity? Because annuity expenses have also come down over the years. So you might still be in a legacy annuity with higher expenses, where now you can get the same or similar or even better benefits for less cost. That's all a part of that evaluation as well.
And Loren, I know I've heard you say this before, and I thought it was really interesting. Have a plan first, and then put into place the investments or the things that go with it. Don't have the annuity and then figure out later what you're going to do with it. It's better to have a purpose behind all of this.
Yeah, plan before product. That's the way we start with all the families and individuals that we serve. We want to talk to you first about, what is your lifestyle goals in retirement? What do you want to do on a day-to-day basis? How are you going to have fun? Because that's going to determine how much you're going to need to spend day-to-day, month-to-month, over the course of your retirement, which then is going to help us identify, here is your retirement plan with the 6 pillars that you talked about earlier. And then once we have that plan built, that's going to tell us what kind of product to actually use. So if you're ever talking to an advisor who wants to just talk about the product, and that happens all the time, stop. We need to talk about the plan. What is your purpose? What are you trying to accomplish? And then there's a fit for the product, but don't fit the plan to the product, fit the product to your plan.
Well, Lauren, I remember when we met with a woman who came to see us, and she was sold this annuity by another advisor who didn't know anything about her plan. And within her plan, this woman had great guaranteed income. She had Social Security, she had a very high pension, she wasn't spending as much as she was already receiving, but yet she just purchased this annuity for more income in retirement when it really didn't fit within her overall plan. And so that's why we say plan before we make decisions with products, because there wasn't a need for income. Instead, we could have maybe tailored that annuity towards growth and safety to help with the legacy piece of it versus income, which she already had very much of.